That's a Thing 2 Overture episode 113. I'm Kevin.
I'm Nolan.
Do you think we should do a Halo special for episode 117 for John 117 Halo?
Oh yeah, John Halo. Yeah.
I mean,
I'll go ahead and watch the actual TV series.
I mean, it's not good. Even though there are like, I think I've said it. There's about an hour of good TV per season of Halo, and you're going, and but then it's just the worst. But
I'll do that.
Halo. Yeah, but that's in a month. That's in a month. You have 1 month to watch the Halo television show. If you so choose, there's no penalty for failure, and no one will blame you if you don't watch it.
I think I'm gonna take a second and I might try to watch a bunch of really bad TV because I want to watch that, and then the new what's it called? Netflix has made a new anime or live action.
They're doing
Kakegurui.
Yeah, they're in Kakegurui.
Yeah.
Which, to me, if it's not like softcore pornography or even hardcore pornography, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's the show. I've watched all of Kakegurui. The whole point is that the girls get horny doing gamble. That's it.
The problem is I'm pretty sure there's like a live action.
I mean,
so I don't know why.
There's a specific kind of anime horny that I don't think translates to real life.
Okay, never mind. That's why it was called that.
Yeah, they've just called it like bet or whatever. Yeah, but it's just, to me, like, anime horny cannot transfer to real life. It's one of those things. There are some designs and stuff that just, it's not going to work. It's not going to work on humans. Humans don't have that body type. You don't have it.
You can't watch someone getting horny in their minds.
Well, it's just, you can't have like,
sure.
Like you're looking at your sexy prep school student, and she's like super curvy but also super toned. That is not a design that most, if any, people have, but in drawings you can make it work, and it's not going to look right. It's not going to... Anime hot is not normal hot.
We can't have goth girl that's like spinning her gun around, going to play, literally killing themselves.
Yeah, the killing themselves and then getting turned on by how much they want to kill themselves. Like, the regular Netflix is not prepared for that level of culture. They're not prepared. The Dojin body is not in real life. That's why it exists in its own space, and that's okay. We have to accept.
Yeah, I might watch both. I'll watch the Japanese live action and the American live action.
There you go. You can subject yourself to that. So while Drew's not here, we will talk about things such as what do you think about G-Quux? You're caught up on it. You saw that last episode.
I saw my man Bull come in and save the day.
Yo, Brawl Bull. I mean, the Brawl, whatever. His mobile armor, I think having a transformation attached to it is inspired and very good. I like that a lot. It being able to have a human or like a humanoid aspect to it, to me, improves that thing by
outside of its little shell. I want to go back to it. I love like the
Oh, you're going in and out. You're going in and out.
Oh, man.
It's okay. What were you saying? You said you liked the...
No, I love the kids, like, with their plan to, we're going to escape.
Yeah.
Because they're going to arrest the Red Gundam and Shinji.
Yeah, it's all over. Basically everyone, literally all characters know that the clan battle is coming to a close. This is done. and I'm glad that every character is reacting appropriately. Nian wants to go. Machu wants to go. They all know.
Shinji doesn't care as long as he's doing.
Yeah, Shinji is weird. Because, so, what we've learned, at least what I assume, is that Red Gundam is doing the time travel. It's literally... So, well, apparently, I thought the time travel at the end of Gundam Unicorn was a metaphor. Hideki Anno apparently was like, no, it's real. and we're going by... If you're Zek Nova-ing, if you're juicing the new type a little too hard, you are time traveling. Which also makes me think that G-Quux is from the future. If the red... Alright, you're gonna say.
I'm literally thinking now, what does this mean for like the end of Char's counterattack?
Yeah, does that mean that Amuro and the gang's gonna show up in a future main UC? Is that what they're gonna do after? Is that how they're gonna do it? Amuro's gonna poof back over space.
Did Char poof back? Like get everything set up so that he could win the day, and now this is his future?
Well, that's what we don't know, because I think the G-Quux is from the future. I think the G-Quux is from the future and it went back in time. And we don't know if they can go back X amount of years or if they can go back further. Are we in a situation where Char gets his idea to go on that mission because Groundhog Day or whatever, Machu's going to sabotage that guy's mobile suit to make sure that the G-Quux works? We don't know. Is the G-Quux...
Machu's going to teleport back to the colony, Texas, and tell a young Castival, like, you know what? Maybe you should kill the zombie family.
Yeah, that would be... That's
no,
not
that kid that looks just like you with blue eyes? Maybe kill him and take his place.
There's a non-zero chance that's where we're going, is that it's going to be revealed that Machu is behind all of Gundam, is responsible.
I'd like that.
I also, because we keep hearing that Machu's dad is alive and never see him, I have the distinct suspicion that her dad is Amuro. I have a feeling.
I would like that. I actually would really like that.
That Amuro got off the thing and he became a diplomat kind of thing. Because they keep saying he's a diplomat and we don't see him. And to me that makes sense. That would explain the new type. It explains why she's kind of drawn to the Red Gundam. There's like I feel that's where we're going. It could be banging her.
She has an attraction to the pilot of the Red Gundam, just like Amuro.
Exactly. See, the MAV system is just the Gundam gay system, where if you pilot
I was rewatching a bunch of original Gundam, and I forgot that, Amuro's, the Gundam is a really good machine that halfway through it becomes outdated.
Yeah.
Amuro's just him.
He is him.
Amuro's just a monster.
It is because he's so the psychic new type powers are such a game changer. It's so wild because he has spider sense going off. And the Gundam is fast enough where he can just kind of dodge stuff. The Black Tri-Star's stupid maneuver would have worked if he was not a new type and could slow-mo witch time.
If he wasn't a real one.
Yeah. He's able to witch time in real life. That's wild. I also like that Machu is now in the brig of the white base. I like the thing where Shalia Bull is basically going, I'm gonna kill the zombies. And then the zombies
Listen, the only way to keep the peace, I gotta kill both of them.
I gotta kill the zombies and I gotta kill... These people are stupid. I know, listen, me and Char probably talked about it. on the heterosexual reclining bed, just like Dio and Father Pucci,
Drinking our wine
drinking
together.
our wine, shirtless, because that's just how you do.
It's hot in space. I mean, duh.
It's so hot. Shar, I guess I gotta cool down. And I'm glad it feels like we're setting up for Machu and Nian are gonna fight each other at some point.
I'm very glad because I was like, well, okay, I assumed that Nian was like going to be the opposite pilot
Mm-hmm.
to Machu, and now it looks like that's where it's headed. So I'm like, yeah. Perfect.
Are they gonna cut off all of Nian's arms and legs so she can better get into with the Psycho God Zaku?
Get into the Psycho Zaku. No, man, I don't. There's nothing that I think made me laugh than a guy going, "Why the fuck is that refrigerator flying?
Yeah.
Why is that air conditioner flying?"
Oh, he didn't know. He wasn't ready.
He didn't know what it was. It's got a lot of vents on it. I thought it was an air conditioner too.
I am glad. I really liked how they did Psycho Gundam. I like that we got the Anno where he can't help himself and he wants some of that Evangelion in there. Where that thing just turns into. It was.
It's a robot, but also horror underneath the armor.
Yeah, it was just turning into Ava Unit 1 going sicko mode, having its halo of its own armor, just deflecting everything. I was like, that's cool.
That's cool. So the armor's the thin funnels, and then it starts shooting blast into its armor, which reflects it. I'm like, oh, so sick.
Also, that white Yan awesome. Looks so clean.
White Yan, Glump Shitto, or whatever that one person we saw once.
Yeah, Glump Shitto.
Glump Shit gets just destroyed.
Oh, just ruined.
By Bull.
Shalia Bull takes out the Psycho Gundam and whatever his name was on that plane. So I don't even know what that
Who cares?
Who cares? He's gone.
He cooks them.
I thought Zeta was gonna be showing up, and apparently no. We're just gonna. No. G-Quux is saying we're not doing that. We're just stop. We're nipping that in the bud. We're just snipping it off and saying no.
Yeah. You thought the Titans were showing up? Nah.
We're going back to show either more of what happened. I think this is where we're gonna get the scene that was in the movie, where you see Sayla out there, in one of those light G cannons. That was in the movie. I know that.
Can't see. I really wanted to see the movie, but yeah, it's.
I also know that because they.
Zaku Nova.
The Zek Nova.
And Char. Yeah, Char destroys Solomon.
Yeah, I think we're seeing that. We're also going to see because the model kit was revealed. It said like light G cannon Sayla edition. And I was like, thank you, G. Although,
awesome, thank you.
Oh, that Gian. So G-Quux, I think the G-Quux art style really works for the Xeon mobile suits way better than the Federation ones. The G-Quux Zaku, Rick Dom, and Gian, I think look very good. They look very clean. Whereas I think the Jim, aka Gelgoog, and the Gundam look a little weird.
The gun cannon and the gun tanks are
a little weird. They're not. Yeah, I still don't really like the red. The Gundam looks a little too weird to me. G-Quux I think looks good. I like the G-Quux. I like how because it was designed for the art style. And I think just the regular Gundam doesn't look quite right. It doesn't. It looks a little too lanky. It's like thin. It looks a little. It's a little emaciated. I'm not quite thrilled with it. Whereas like they gave all of the Xeon really like thick thighs and really thick bodies, and because that's where they show. That's where all the fuel tanks and propellant is, and you're going, okay, that's like functional. Like how the G-Quux has its legs are just a rocket booster with a little little landing pad on it. It reminds me
Yeah, I
of,
feel like what it is it's mainly just because like well, I'll assume that because of the Xeon winning, all of the mechs lean more towards that Zaku style,
yeah.
where it looks good compared to like the Federation style, which was little thick boys with like very square armor.
A little bit more. The Federations were a little bit more cartoon soldiers, and the Xeon ones got
Yeah,
a little bit weird with it. And I think the weird with it makes them a little bit more flexible. Like,
damn, they really got weird with it.
also, as I said, as I skeeted out, I want to see my boy. I want to see my boy, the Zaccarello, that awful mobile armor. The one that's like a weird monster head with like scythe arms and like rocket boot. It's awful. I remember watching that episode and seeing that thing, and I'm like, this is the most monster of the week we phoned it in of all time. It's terrible.
I know and love it. That's what I want. They won the war, but they're still got all this garbage.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, so just I think G-Quack's going good. It's going good.
So, well, have you been part of the online discussion about the shipping?
No, I have not seen the shipping wars. I do peruse the Reddits, so I checked. There's one I really liked. I can't remember it right now. It was a theory or some observation. I was like, oh, that's inventive. And now I can't. Obviously, I'm talking. I can't remember it.
No, it's okay, but I keep remembering. Look, they're all losing to that dog in chess. Every single
oh yeah,
one of them.
100%. No, Machu.
Every single one of them are getting baited.
Machu and Nian are not going to be gay. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. It's like Soletta.
There's been multiple times where they look at this one boy. I don't think really cares about them either. And they're like, oh, he's so handsome. He doesn't care. But it's not going to turn them gay. Come on, guys.
No, they're not going to happen. They're not Mavs.
No.
They're not Mavs. That's the whole point. The whole point is... Oh, that's what I was remembering. The theory...
You're only gay with your Mav.
So that... it was a theory, the fan theory, that what's her name? The evil MILF, that her Mav was that one pilot dude in original Gundam, the other guy who flew the jet, like Sayla flew it, and then that guy, that he was her Mav. It was him.
Damn, that's a map to lose. That's rough.
And they kind of said it because she kind of has the same eyes as Mirai, and Mirai had like a crush on him. And I'm like, oh, I see what you're going there. That was the theory where I liked that one. I liked that one a lot. Because,
Oh, that's a good theory.
That dude was pretty cool.
He was pretty sick. Just, if I'm gonna be honest, I don't want, too many more people popping up either.
I think if we're going to it depends how weird it's going to get, because I think people are still going to show up. We're dealing with the fallout of the 1 year war and the zombies and stuff. So I think it is fun to see people showing up. I just think that it's I don't know. I like it when I do like a Glup Shido showing up in Gundam and being like, oh, there he is.
Pop up and be like, I'm gonna win the day, and then just get just
destroyed or killed or just makes an appearance.
It's a cool time.
Like we see the gang. You see him show up. You see, it's revealed. You see Minerva show up, but she's like animated like one of the 70s children, the Tezuka childrens that were living on the white base.
No, yeah.
Everyone,
Just
everyone else looks like a Pokemon character, and she looks like a '70s character. There's a non. There's like I still think due to time travel, there's a non-zero chance that old Banger Links or Full Frontal is going to make an appearance in this show. I feel.
But also, Omuro and Char show at the same time.
Oh yeah, we can see it because I feel once you hit into the warp, I feel like everyone in the warp's going to be showing up and coming in and out of that Gundam.
I want that to happen, and then just for some reason they look up like, what's that green light? Oh no, here comes Setsuna saying.
Well, see, there's the green one and the red one. So now we have, there's two. There's two different ones. Because it was red and G-Quest.
Also the blue. There's also the what is it? The Kira Kira.
Yeah, the Kira Kira is the sparkles. And we have the red zone. The red zone, which Shalia Bull's telling him not to do. And because as we all know, Gundam Unicorn, whenever it turns red, that's the bad one. And then when it turns green, that's the good one. So we haven't seen any green Zeknovas. We've only seen the red ones.
That's true.
And I feel like there's going to be something where the red one takes people in there, and we're going to need the green one to get them out. Which is, I feel that's Shalia Bull's grand plan, is he wants to get his lover Char out of the sauce, and he's going to need someone.
It's also bad because I don't think Char was around enough for Lala to kill a mother to him.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Lala, we don't know.
Don't worry, because Shalia Bull is going to be the father to him.
Yeah, that's how he is. This is the for some. Hideki Anno and crew really like Shalia Bull, and they think he's the coolest and the strongest. That's also what I'm getting of this entire show, is that I think Hideki Anno feels about Shalia Bull the same way I feel about Ramba Ral, where I think Ramba Ral is the coolest and the strongest of all the Zeon characters, and if I wanted to do a Gundam, I'd make him one of the main characters. And I feel Anno is going like, in his opinion, he's like, Shalia Bull's the coolest and the strongest. Why isn't he in more of the show? He's the man from Jupiter. That sounds so cool.
Honestly, Ramba Ral.
Ramba Ral
is the man. He needs that molten metal with his hand.
He's such a he has it all. He has it all. He's the
only part about the origins I liked. He was just villain.
Cause he was like the mentor to Char. Like he's just a good dude. That's what
helped Char escape, and then he got like imprisoned and forced to be a fucking test pilot, and then he was just out there just nuking.
Yeah, but because he's so good at it. he's so good at it, and he can't help it. Like literally, men want to be him, and women want him. He got his wife. He's just the swag, the mustache. He pulls off the mustache and the dad bod.
Hold on, he's got his wife. He's got his voice in his phone, right?
Yeah.
He got his voice in his face, and they all love him.
Oh, they all love, like, you know they were assigned to him to just kind of watch over him and wait until he dies, but then they saw and interacted with him for about 30 seconds, and then they immediately became complete loyalty to him.
Well, this guy's cool. Yeah, no.
That's what happened with Amuro. Amuro was freaking out, and he just met him in the bar for like 10 minutes, and he's like, oh, this guy's so cool.
Still, I kind of feel bad if I have to kill him.
I feel real bad if I have to kill him. And I'm also jealous that he could talk to an adult woman and not freak out. I can't do that yet. Oh, man. Yeah.
Man, there's so much good stuff going on. Hopefully there isn't, like... Hopefully we can get to that future of, like, sick-ass mechs and stuff. And not to a future where AI is just ruining everything.
It's ruining everything and pestering Drew. Drew is having AI issues where we think his his landlord or whatever has just sent him to an AI chat bot to complain about maintenance issues. That's where we at. Man, I don't know.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse now because they just Google dropped that video of like, here's our new AI tool, and it's like we can talk now, but it's all in like 3-second snippets because if it's longer than that, it starts to devolve into a monster.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't feel it feels for no one. That's the grand thing of it is I look at it. I am not okay. I am not above. It's one of the things I think we were going to talk about it one week, but I forgot. But if I was in middle to high school, I feel like I would probably use AI to write book reports and crap. I would be that guy.
Yeah.
And I know ideally you shouldn't. If you, I don't know, no kids are listening to this, but the kids shouldn't because you need to read those books to understand references, cultural references, and touchstones, even though you might not be thrilled about it. That's just how it is. I did not like reading Ethan Frome, but as a 38-year-old man, I think Ethan Frome has something to say about being in a crappy relationship and then trying to ditch it and then getting into a worse relationship. That the tragedy of that, I'm like, oh, I feel you. 14-year-old me did not understand why someone would do that, but 38-year-old me does understand why someone would do that and feels bad. I get you. But like, because I would be the kind of person where if you had told me, would you rather read chapters 3 through 8 of like To Kill a Mockingbird, or would you rather have ChatGPT do a 200-word summary of all the good parts so you can play more Fortnite? I would probably play more Fortnite. That's too much of a...
Yeah, of course I do that. I want to make the AI Darth Vader say slim.
Yeah, I need to do that. I need to do that. But But to me, it's... I don't think that's fair to have that option as a child. Because to me, most children would take that option because they're children. This is the modern day marshmallow test, except instead of a delicious marshmallow, you're saying, would you rather do something boring, or would you rather play Fortnite? This would be the marshmallow test. Yeah. If you would say, okay, you can either eat the marshmallow now, or in 10 years. You'll get 2 marshmallows. And they're going to go, I'm just going to eat the marshmallow and then play Fortnite. Or any other kind of free-to-play game. Even if it's not free-to-play. No child can resist that. No, I don't think it's fair. I just don't think it's fair. And that's why I also think it's kind of bad. Because it's such a... It's the mental fentanyl. It's that drug that's too addicted. Kid can't handle it. They cannot handle it. A lot of adults can't handle it either. That's a separate thing. But we ain't getting there. I don't know. I only say fentanyl because I watched that Kyrgyzstan video where they talked about fentanyl. And of the line that fentanyl is lame heroin was a banger. Thank you, Kyrgyzstan. Even though the whole point was you probably shouldn't do fentanyl or heroin because it's bad.
Feels great. Don't do it.
Their whole plot was that it just fries your pleasure centers. It's like showing a baby vampire survivors and expecting them to ever have any cognitive thought of anything. Because they've seen the truth. They've seen the direct neuron activation of all the slot machines going off and getting strong and the number going up. They can't handle it. But yeah, I don't like that. I think AI video is just going to get incrementally worse But still, I don't think it's just they can't sell it to anyone. The whole package to use their stuff is $250 a month.
Oh,
That like if you want to get access to it, it's like $250 a month, and then you don't even have unlimited use of it. They give you they're giving you free to play gemeralds and currencies to use it. So you have to buy different tokens to use on your generated videos. And all I can think of is this is not for general use.
you have to pay 200 more.
You need to get 400 tokens for generations of video, so you can generate 5-second video of of stolen Minecraft clips disconnected. Because one of them I saw, they just prompted man playing video game wins in live stream, and then the footage was just Fortnite and a guy, generic streamer, playing Fortnite, because obviously it's been trained on all people uploading their Fortnite videos on YouTube because it's Google. There's a non-zero.
What I've seen one like that, but it's I think Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft. There's non-zero chance that our crap has been used. Well, no, it's in there. They've stolen our voices for it. It's deep in the code, or maybe not. Maybe that's because we're not popular. Maybe that's how you become safe. You need to be either the insane clown posse, or or talk about whatever we talk about. That's just for no one.
No. Put on your little makeup. Alright, it's time.
I'm prepared to become down with the clown. Listen, that's Homestuck talk, and that there's still the appeal. If we have to go to the Homestuck future, where we're in the insane clown posse resistance.
Look, I'm ready to go down to the dark surface. Okay?
The Dark Carnival's here. We're gonna say whoop whoop. We're gonna make the worst rap songs you have ever heard in your entire life.
The worst video.
Just the worst. Just bad. And we're gonna go in it. And what else? Okay, did you watch the Warhammer Skulls thing?
Oh no, what is that?
So the Warhammer Skulls.
I saw people talking about it.
So this is Games Workshop where they do all their video games, and the problem with Games Work, so there's some cool stuff, and there's a lot of, so there are so many mobile card games for Warhammer that I lost track of them. I'm looking this up.
Hold on.
So there's
So it's another card game?
Well, there's Warhammer Skulls.
What's the one... Okay, wait. What's the one that's like... Damn it. I can't remember the name of it.
There's like Battleforge, Horus Heresy. There's like 3 of them that are the same card game. Like it's just they just changed it. So all right, I found the list. Thank you, IGN. So Bolt Gun 2 is coming out. They're doing that, which makes sense. I hope they have more enemies in this one. It looks like they showed off some corn enemies, which is good. Because my biggest complaint with Bolt Gun was that it was 3 acts and they only had enough enemies for 2 acts. Like that game needed some more. So I hope we get some more guys in there. Because like Act 1 was Zeech, Act 2 was Nurgle, and then Act 3 was Nurgle and Zeech, and I'm like, nah, it needed to be new ones every time. So I hope that's doing that. They also
It's gonna be all 4.
Yeah. Alcat's doing yet another Warhammer tabletop CRPG. It's a Inquisitor one. So basically, yeah. So like you have your Rogue Trader, and then they're doing one that's Inquisitor, which is cool. I still haven't played Rogue Trader. I'm like all Alcat games. I'm waiting for it to be done before playing it.
Yeah.
Those every single computer roll, every single one, you gotta wait until usually it'll go on sale for like half off. And then that'll be and then you gotta wait until all the bugs are ironed out.
Yeah. Look, the deluxe edition is going to be one of the best games ever.
Yeah, the game of the year edition of one of those is great.
Yeah.
That's the one you want. Well, even like Baldur's Gate 3, it took it like 6 months before they put in the epilogue. So even that
Yeah.
game, those games come in hot, and you gotta let them simmer. But eventually, it'll be good. And then they did like rematches of Space Marine and like Dawn of War, which is cool.
Oh, neat.
The Votan is
Actually,
going to be in Mechanicus too.
yes.
So the dwarf boy, the squats are in there, which is dope. I'm glad.
I'm gonna have to trade with them.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense with the Votan make complete sense being in a game with the Necrons and the Mechanicus because they are interact
Oh,
as the level of machine interaction because like the Necrons are machines that want to be human or want to be alive again. The Mechanicus are alive that want to be machine, and the Votan are living harmoniously with robots. So you get a good little trifecta
just
there.
the perfect one. They're like, what is it? They're like, oh, these are our candidates with AI. I'm like, yeah, it's like my mother.
No. Yeah, because it makes sense that they would both align that those factions would simultaneously respect and completely hate each other for various reasons. Like they're gonna be like, oh, okay, and then go, oh no, the Mechanicus are not gonna like what the Votan are. They don't like that.
The second, the second the Mechanicus see the AI, they're like disgusting. But like the second the Necrons see the human Votan, they're like, you guys are awful. We need to kill you right now.
Well, it also you get a little bit of tsundere. I always feel like I feel the Mechanicus are very tsundere for the Necron because the Necron are exactly what they want, which is being immortal machine robots. They're like, you don't even know what you have. I feel like 90.
I think it's like you want to be you, but also you're not shaped like humans, so I gotta kill you.
Belisarius Call would walk through that soul transfers machine in a heartbeat. He'd be like running to that thing. If Catan showed up on Mars and had a magic machine that said, "Do you want to be a robot? Step inside of it." Everyone on there would do it. The Void Dragon shows up, says, "I'm the Omnissiah. My children enter the heaven box." They do it.
Most immaculate, perfectly seen running right into that.
They do it in a heartbeat. They love it. Yeah, and then they just did some other crap. Like they just showed like a bunch of card games and a bunch of mobile games. There's so many mobile games.
There's too many.
There's so many.
There's a lot too many.
Yeah, there's like so many.
I will say, I saw they're like, oh, here's a new class for Dark Tide. I'm like, that game's been out for like 3 years. You're just now getting one new class.
Well, they kind of had to fix it.
I mean, it was kind of a mess.
That game is weird. Apparently, the Fat Shark Vermintide games and stuff, it's always they come out and then they become good eventually.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, European countries, for
No, we need the Slav
talking
thing.
like, really like mediocre games and then making them awesome.
It's that one quote where they say to make a really good game, you have to make a great game and then make it suck a little. And that's how it becomes really good, because once it sucks a little, you're like, oh man, now we're talking.
Yeah, you're right. There's like so many. This is beyond Warhammer. there's just a bunch of mobile garbage games of any sort of, I guess, like intellectual property you can call it.
Mobile games are to me incredibly frustrating because I feel like I think the free to play ruined it due to it seems like so I remember, and I think we all can remember having our Game Boy Advance, our DS, our handheld gameplay machine, and like we bought games for it. We played a lot of games on the DS, or a lot of games on the Game Boy, and some of them were good, some of them were bad, but we played a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And I feel, and the average smartphone is like more powerful than a PSP. It's more power. You could have good games on your phone, and just no one does it. There are no good phone games. The closest you're gonna get is, I guess, an Apple Arcade game that's just a port of a console game that you play on it. But it's for what I'm.
The best you're gonna get is Vampire Survivor or Velatro on your phone.
Yeah,
But that's it.
It's an indie game ported to there, which even still, I feel there are games that could do it. I just.
Yeah.
I don't know why phone games are the worst when there are games that you could just play, and it's like Balatro on the phone. I think it's like, that's smart. That's a real game.
Yeah. That's the perfect toilet game.
Yeah. Or yeah, Vampire Survivor. There's even like story-based games you could play. Like Phoenix Wright, I don't know, maybe it is on there, I don't know. But like Phoenix Wright to me seems like a game.
Yeah.
You put all those on there. You put like
visual novels.
Yeah, every visual
novel,
novel, throw it on there. They might be on there, and I just don't know because I don't check like the Google Play Store because it's just.
Do not think, but no. What's going to be on there is it's going to be Danganronpa, but instead of the actual game, it's now some sort of like thing where you send your heroes out to dungeons or whatever.
It's like, it was like that Fire Emblem. They did like a Fire Emblem mobile game, and I played it because I liked Fire Emblem games. But then the mobile game parts turned on, and I fell off of it when it could have just been a Fire Emblem game. I would have paid $10.
Well, it turns into a gotcha.
Yeah, it's all gotcha slop. I hate gotcha games. I can't handle it. I can't handle playing a game that's telling me at some point I'm going to not be able to play the game until I give it money. And I don't count playing free to play on one of those and having to grind and then do some weird exploit and then get it and then get your pity packs and then do that and then save your rolls for the banner and then do that to, like, whatever. Like, no.
Then you recharge, and then you can do the main quest. That will give you 1 power crystal, but you need 10 power crystals to get to the next thing. So you got to keep playing every day. I hate them so much. It's the worst.
I do my daily quest in Magic the Gathering Arena, and that is enough, and that is fine. But that is...
Yes.
But I don't want to do... I can accept that in a card game. I cannot accept that in a... That's why I never played Genshin, because I don't want to be playing a Zelda game or Breath of the Wild that at some point says you're going to have to start putting money into this to keep going. It's like, no.
If you want to go to the... Listen, do you want to unlock the northern area of the Zelda map? You got to pay me $20.
It's not even that. It's just like, we put too many hard guys in the northern map, and you can't kill them unless you unlock the current whatever lady, anime woman.
This new lady that's a tiger, but she has big tits. And then there's also this one lady that's a shark, but she also has big tits.
Yeah, but like, we're not Nikkei, so they're not obscene, which is a downplay. Because like, if I am gonna gacha for that, they'd better be obscene. I'd better be embarrassed to play this game. It's like
They need to be monstrous. I need to be scared.
yeah. I need to look at this and go like, I can't. I need to be inside. I can't play this in public ever. That's what we're talking about. It's why I never the MiHoYo stuff never got to me. Like I never got into Genshin. I didn't do the Honkai Star Rail, and I didn't get into Zenless Zone Zero at all.
Oh, you're a very closeted pervert. That's why. I mean,
well, yeah, no. If I
we're
want,
not, we're not up there.
I don't. I'm not gonna.
I,
Why would I pull for my gacha waifus? Do the 10 pool. I just that escapes me partially for having gone into and out of trading card games where I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. The thing that cured me of gambling is playing Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh! And discovering that sometimes you just lose. Can't handle it. But yeah, so Warhammer did that.
Okay. Hold on, but before we go with this, I got an idea. All right, let's go to the Hard Rock Cafe near our area.
Okay.
And we'll tell them, hey, let's put in a gotcha machine, because you're getting the old people in with the slots, but I can in you guys.
I like it. I like it.
Play to get your characters. We'll do that in the background.
That reminds me, if I was... One of the things I was thinking about on one of my walks, that if I was really smart and a church youth group director, I would have miniature war games / board game nights. And I would do it at the church. And I'd be like, no, come on in and play. Come on in. It's okay. We're not going in there. We have a basement. We got a nice place. Play your.
I'm gonna turn my hat backwards and flip the chair so they know I'm cool.
See, the real trick is that you never do that, because then the inherent people. So like the trap that I would set as the youth group minister doing this.
Okay, let's be clear. When we say we're going to trap these children, not in a bad way.
Not in a bad way. I mean, we're tricking them to go to church. We're tricking them to go to church, and how we trick them to go to church is we never ask, but we want to make this idea of a sense of guilt and obligation that you've been going to the church for a couple months to play Warhammer and board game night and Dungeons and Dragons night, and you've been doing it for so much that you might have a sense of obligation to go into church one Sunday, and then we win. That's what we do. We never implicitly say it. We never say like, hey, we want to see you coming into church on Sunday. Like, you never do that. You never do it. You just say, no, this is a completely good little service we're doing. And
yeah, no, we're just doing Wednesday night D&D.
Yeah, no, we're doing Wednesday night's board game night. You show up, play some board games, and then you leave. It's fine. You don't have to worry about it. Yo, we got some cool.
That's right. We're all paladins, and we all worship the one true God. Obviously.
No. See, that's where you get even. That's where you go even harder, and this is why it can't work. Like it physically can't work because you can't. You allow demons, you allow wizards and magic and all kinds of stuff, and you say, yeah, it's pretend, it's fine, because by that you seem cool. And once again, if you're the cool, literally like, oh, they're not freaking out and saying that Magic the Gathering or Warhammer is the devil, maybe I will show up on Sunday. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. You let them. You're like, oh, because this guy he's going in, and then they have like the trans rights flag in the gaming room. And they're being nice and really, really just warm and welcoming in a really good space. Maybe I should go on Sunday. And that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Problem.
Maybe there's cool stuff, and then you like, damn, this is boring. I'm out of here.
Well, but the thing is, they got you in the door. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
that's it. The whole point.
Listen, you maybe get 1 out of 10, but you got that one.
And the other 10 now have a positive view of you. That's also very
Yeah.
key. So when the church has a scandal and you're like, ugh, but not that church because they're cool. That's
Yeah.
no you and that
Okay.
it's like they don't understand. Listen, they don't understand. They don't have my consulting fee. I've thought about this mainly because I feel like
The very problem is you're already creating the situation of what might be the problem for the church. Because I don't know about you, a lot of times it is the youth ministers
no,
doing
that's
this
old.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's so really I'm
That's
not.
the double-edged sword.
So I'm not
You got to
aiming
get
at.
someone that you're like safe to do this.
So what we need instead of the youth minister is the man-child minister.
Oh yeah.
It's a new position where we're not going for under we're going for adult men ages 25 to 50 and we're trying to get them in there. That's what we're trying to
Physically
do.
does not like real life women, or it has to be someone that's a 3D model. Is what they love. That's the only way it works.
Listen, how we're gonna
That's perfect.
improve. We're gonna go there and we're saying, listen, do you know how many butts in the seats we can get on Sunday if we have 3D printer and raffle to use the 3D printer? We get some resin and some 3D printers, and yo, we're gonna have all the sweaty neckbeards you want in those spews.
It'll be so hot and so stinky, but it will be full.
It'll be packed. Your problems are solved. That's what that's one of my ideas I was thinking.
Oh my god,
Think about it. I don't
that's
think,
a great idea.
see I don't think any church cuz they're not prepared, they're not thinking outside the box. Cuz they're either
No.
trying to cuz all the church they're like we either need like teenagers or the elderly, but there's this man-child demographic that needs places to play their man-child games, and they can't always do it at the store because there's not enough tables. They need tables, and if you can
always going to be free of.
and if you can
They
make
always will.
and you can make a good environment with tables, you're good to go. And because you're a church, you're gonna weed out like the really bad ones. They're gonna be weeded out.
Yeah,
They're not gonna show up because they're too scared, and that's how you do it. That's how you do it. I'm saying.
it's actually perfect.
If the church wants to get me to go back to church, that's how you do it. I'd consider it.
Building a shrine, making a shrine to Warhammer.
Dude, if you had board game night at the church and then I went to there and it was fine. Basically, if oh yeah, how Mulligan's took out the gaming pub part of their thing and it made me real sad.
Yeah,
Where it officially just became a restaurant. But I'm just saying, my
hate that.
gaming church, there's something to it. There's something to it. Just think about it.
That is the next level.
That is like my next level scheme. If ever,
We just got to figure out what denomination would be really cool with this.
yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. I don't think that the inherent problem is none of them would accept it because it's such a radical departure. It's so outside the box. Like we're not even in the box. We are in the warp. We are playing a very strange game. And see my whole point POV of because it's just I wouldn't hate it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Is that I would be perfectly fine with a board game night in a church, but it has to follow like I don't want to be guilted into going into church overtly. It has to be covertly.
No.
Like, yo, I'll be fine with that. I'd be cool with that. Yo, you do it.
I'm literally like thinking in my mind, like, could I like ask someone at my parents' church to set this up?
That's what I'm saying. Like, think about it.
Like on a free night, just like, yo, can I rent out a room?
Like there's because it to me it makes sense because as the man-child demo, it's always tables and people need tables. But they don't want people to go to like the house because like I don't have.
No.
I can't. I do not have space in this in the apartment for gaming.
Everyone's like house setup they have at home. It's way too cramped every time.
It's too. It does not work. You need a space.
Every single time it doesn't work.
And like, because one of the routes I walk is to there's like a church around here. I can't remember. I think it's Covenant. I don't remember. But I because like I walk up there and then I walk back to the apartment because it's a nice 20-minute walk, and whenever I go up there, it's always like empty and for weekdays, and my brain is like, you have this space, and you're not using it, but
It's perfect.
I could use this space, and you would get a benefit. You get so much benefit. The payoff is so severe. I think there's something there. See, that's how I would fight. The supposed the downfall of people going to church is because you need to have social. You need to have something there to provide social events. And I feel like nerd board games and nerd games are a way to do it because you can't do that.
Yeah, before you had nothing to do, but now you have everything. So you gotta give them something.
You gotta have you need to have offer somewhere that makes people want to go to a space. And I feel with video games, I don't need that anymore. I play video games on my own.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna watch a movie, it's usually better to watch a movie at my house. It usually is, unless you're gonna yell chicken jockey and have a mosh pit. Or
unless it's like someone like me who's got a $5 ticket to Dead Final Reckoning. I'm like,
oh hell yeah!
Might as well.
Well, that movie's gonna need like I was gonna say, you need the big sound. You need it loud if you want it like real loud.
It blasting in my ears.
See, Tom Cruise fights. He's gonna fight the AI. He's gonna beat it. Ethan Hunt can defeat the AI.
He could.
He's going to. I think he's going to.
Small Jack Reacher can beat the AI for sure.
Yeah, well, many people can defeat the AI. It's just we're not going to be able to. I don't think I can. I just won't use it.
Not from our level, no.
I still think
we're just going to like stay away from it and just keep pointing and laughing whenever someone says like, "Here's my creation," and it's just AI.
I think it's going to fizzle out and burn. I know it's being pushed, but there's just no return on it.
But thinking back, there's one AI thing that I'll always like upvote, and it's when it's like AI is like you finding new ways to like find cancer, and I'm like, good, this is it.
Yeah, but that's just
this is all it should be used for.
That's fine. It's what I want. God, I forgot something. I was gonna say something. It was gonna be some joke or something I've already said before, but I can't remember. It was something about AI.
Lost to the ether. It's gone to the Kira.
Yeah, it's in the future. It'll come back next week. That's kind of what happens. It'll come back in Stardust memory. You think they still got that nuclear weapon Gundam? The Nightmare of Solomon.
So. I really do.
You think?
Did the NT? Oh man, is like the NT1 Alex still around because now they don't have to do that dumb plan from War in the Pocket?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. There's the thing about G-Quats is there's so many questions that are like, I don't know.
It ended extra early, so they never did anything.
They never did it. I don't know if they did that solar cannon thing. That colony cannon. I don't think. Did Dion shoot that?
Oh no! So that's what they were talking about last episode. They have the blueprints for it now.
Yeah, they didn't build it yet.
No, not yet. They're about to.
They're trying to build their Death Star.
Jesus.
And it's just they're so. Oh. I think one of the things about original Gundam that really got to me, that I thought was the coolest thing, was when they revealed that the Federation's super weapon was a bunch of mirrors that just focused the sun at the call at was that Solomon? That the Xeon,
I think so.
I don't know. Where they just revealed that their super weapon was a bunch of mirrors and they just started melting the base, and I was like, that's cool. That's really
So like,
cool.
I'm like, what are mirrors going to do? And it's like, well, it's
A lot.
hundreds of miles of mirrors, single down to like a single point that's a mile wide that just melts everything.
It just zaps it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That feels like how a Death Star would work if we were to make one. You're not gonna get a bunch of corrupted Jedi Kyber crystals and focus them, which I think is lame. But anyway, that's enough of that for today. I think I forgot whatever. There's something I was gonna say. Dang it, I forgot to talk about the Gundam card game again and how I think the Gundam card game is interesting because it's so cheap. Like the starter decks are coming out and they're $25. And I'm like, that's something because the Final Fantasy Commander Precons are $70 a pop.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah, the Final Fantasy Commander Precons are $70 a pop.
Oh.
And that's MSRP,
man,
which means if they get sold out, they're going to be even more expensive. So, yeah, like, you want your Final Fantasy 7, if you want one of them, it's 70, which is as much as a Final Fantasy video. So, like, Final Fantasy 7 Commander deck cost as much as Final Fantasy Rebirth Part 2.
God, that's, like, not... I really hope that's not something that's going to continue.
Oh, sweet summer child. This is Wizard. This is WotC, baby. Line go up. Line go up. They love it. They love it. That's the whole point of Universes Beyond, is that we can... Like, Microsoft tries to say $80 games, and you're like, no. And then WotC goes, we put Cloud Strife on the card. And make him thematically appropriate. And you're like, oh, he is thematically appropriate. That's the thing about that Final Fantasy set.
I'm just going to have to wait till they get discounted and sold on the Sam's Club racks.
Yeah, no, they'll get on the Sam's Club. I predict that how those cards generally go is they start off really expensive because people want them. And then after playtesting, they'll realize that there's like 3 cards that are Final Fantasy people want, and then it all just gets cheap and affordable because they've stripped the cards out of the deck. So like, yeah, the Buster Sword might be really, really expensive, but every one of the Clouds are going to be like, every Sephiroth is going to be, I don't know, $1. So you could just buy all the cards you want. You want your Y'shtola, it's not going to be that expensive. You want your Ardbert.
Give me that suplex card. That's what I really want.
Oh, that's the. Oh, it's so many. Like, there's so many things about that make me go, oh, that's cool. It's similar. It is the dang it is the dog that is beating me in chess that has trained his whole life for it, and I don't even play chess because like I'll see the Zidane card. Where when it enters the battlefield, you get to steal one of your opponent's creatures for a turn and then get a treasure. And I'm like, oh, just like the video game where he took Garnet. Oh, it's so flavorful.
You're always going to fall for it.
At least it's more thematically appropriate than Spider-Man's gonna be. That's like my thing, because it's like, okay. Like, I can feel I'm okay with this. I'm even okay with one of the cards being the cup noodles, because I played Final Fantasy 15. I understand about how cup noodles are part of that game. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's the main character.
It is. How Noctis's dad giving him a car as a card that lets you get any vehicle from your deck to the battlefield. And I'm like, that's cool.
I like that.
It's cool. Anyway, I gotta go. It's too hot in here. Thanks for yapping. Bye.
Bye.